All right, I think we're live here. And here we go. We are live here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the full card prediction and breakdown. I can't even. Okay, got something playing on my screen. I had a short. I got to pull up the chat here on my phone because I did not pull it up before on the screen for myself. So here we go as we are watching our live stream just to see if the chat anything pops up in the chat. And here we go. There we go. Let's see if anything pops up in the chat there. Beautiful. And now let's get shit rolling, baby. Nope, I don't want to do that. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna get it. We're gonna get this right. We're gonna get this right, chat. There we go. Got it. All right, here we go. UFC 324 full card reaction and breakdown. I will be going over all my picks and all the fights that happened as I watched it on live stream yesterday. If you were not there, it was a very fun time. We did it for 7.5 hours. I was there starting at 5 because I didn't know that 2 fights got canceled. Obviously, Cam Smotherman got canceled. We knew that, but Alexander Hernandez versus what's his name? Michael Johnson, got canceled as well for betting stuff. So there we go. And we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna start off with the first fight of the card. We're gonna start off with Adam Fugitt taking on Ty Miller. Ty Miller gets this one done. I did not know nothing about Ty Miller. I will say that. Picked Adam Fugitt, the more experienced guy. And Ty Miller pieced him up on the feet. Ty Miller, straight shots down the pipe, really took out Fugitt and whatever he had in him to really, come out with a victory here. You know, it was just one of those things where one of these guys was just so much better than the other, and you couldn't really do anything about it. The straight shots of Ty Miller were fantastic in this fight. They were magnificent. And so I want to give a lot of praise to Ty Miller on that. Adam Fugitt did not move his head enough, and he got pieced up and destroyed on the feet, and I got that one wrong. There we go. Started off the night 0-1 with this fight. And we get a finish, the first finish of the 2026 year for the UFC, and it was a pretty good finish. Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, chat? How we doing, chat? Good to see everybody. Hey, yo. And here we go. We're moving on to the next fight, the heavyweight bout. That had me dying of laughter. It's Josh Hockett versus Denzel Freeman. So this fight, for those of you guys who don't know, right? So I'm watching this fight, right? And I'm sitting there, right? And I'm like, what is happening here? You know what I mean? Like, Josh Hockett comes straight out the gate, putting cardio all over Denzel Freeman. Right, Freeman lands. I don't think he landed a punch. I think he landed 0. He landed 0 total strikes out of 8 attempts, and Hockett just kept taking him down repeatedly and just kept switching from left side to right side on the back and just keep piecing up Denzel Freeman. That's literally all that happened, really, in this fight. And then Freeman just quit due to cardio. That's pretty much what happened there, right? He quit due to cardio. That's literally all that happened there. I mean, there's nothing else that we could say about that other than Freeman is an awful fighter and that he gave up due to cardio. Literally, that's all we could say about this fight by being nice. Hockett, his post-fight speech was interesting, to say the least. He started, spoken word rapping on the on the mic, and he called Brittany Griner a man. So, he's an eccentric personality in the heavyweight division. And hopefully he gets another win in his next fight. Maybe he gets to be on the mic once again. But he beat up Denzel Freeman, who was a can. And, yeah, KO'd him due to cardio because Denzel Freeman had 2 minutes of cardio and he got destroyed. Next up, on the marquee, we have Charles Johnson taking on Alex Perez. I picked Charles Johnson in this one to beat Alex Perez, and I was severely wrong. Johnson got caught clean, I think, with a left hook, and that was all she wrote after that, man. Perez just kept on catching that chin, and to be fair, Charles Johnson has a wicked chin to just not get slept out cold by any of those shots and by any of those punches. So credit to Johnson for that, but Perez was piecing him up. He looked sharp on the feet, really sharp, caught him. And for that guy who said that this fight won't be entertaining in the live stream on Friday, how about it? Flyweights, they're able to get stuff done, man. They're able to look really good, sharp, fast, and Alex Perez has that KO pop and was able to put that on display here against Charles Johnson, and I got that one wrong. So now I'm 1-2 going into the fourth fight, which is Nikita Krylov taking on Modestas Bukauskas. I went with Modestas Bukauskas here. I thought that Modestas Bukauskas was going to be able to do something, and he did nothing. Had more significant strikes than Krylov in the first round, but after that, it was all she wrote. I mean, Modestas, man, he got taken down, and it really wasn't anything of note, really. I mean, Modestas was trying to land his big power shots, trying to land those really big hooks over the top, those right hands, and just wasn't catching Krylov at all. Krylov was perfectly out of range every single time, and he was able to mitigate the striking of Modestas Bukauskas with his own striking, right? Was able to throw really nice teep kicks, right? Was able to land really good straight shots, right? He was able to do his own good work in the striking department. And able to get a takedown in the first round and win that round. And then in the second round, it was clear that Nikita had the advantage in the striking. He was able to just do really nasty work, and he knocked down Modestas Bukauskas in that round. So there you go. That's pretty much all it is. Nope, he knocked him down in the third round. Excuse me. What's wrong with me? And then in the third round, Nikita Krylov puts him away with 3 seconds left to go in the fight. Yeah, that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. Shout out to Nikita Krylov. I kind of underestimated him. I went with the red-hot Bukauskas. And Krylov gets that win. That's really good. It's a really solid win for Nikita Krylov here. Really showed off his striking dynamicness in this fight. So I'm 1-3 going into this fight. But this is where we start the win streak of the night. This is where we started our win streak, chat. Right here. Ateba Gaethje versus Andrei Pulayev. Ateba Gaethje, he's interesting. He's an interesting fighter because total strikes, he lost the fight, clearly. If we're just looking at total strikes for the whole fight, he lost. And also, if we're looking at significant strikes, he kind of lost. But he won because he had knockdowns. That's it. I think he had a lot of knockdowns in the fight, and he was able to catch Pulayev, right, with some of those straight shots, and he got knockdowns. He got outstruck, and he kind of had very basic techniques when it comes to moving forward and advancing in the striking department. He was getting caught to the body constantly. Pulayev was able to catch him to the body. Super great, nasty kicks to the body every single time he tried to come forward. Was Gaethje. But Gaethje was able to have that power differential and able to get the knockdowns. That's pretty much why this fight was scored this fight. And to be fair, Ateba had some really good cardio. Had some really fair cardio after getting hit to the body a lot. He was able to still plot forward and still kind of try to land some big shots here and there. Right? So, I'm not as upset at it, as other people would. But Ateba, he showed me a decent bit of cardio. He was getting pieced up on the back foot, but he showed me that he could at least withstand that damage and still go forward and still land big shots, right? He still had some pop in the third round, right? He wasn't just completely gassed out and throwing just arm punches and not really looking sturdy. He was actually doing some very sturdy work. So I want to give him credit for that. But Andrei Pulayev was just piecing him up on the back foot. But Ateba gets this one done by unanimous decision. I think it was a 29-28 unanimous decision, or 30-27. One judge scored it, which is crazy. But moving on, I got that one right as well. I picked Ateba. And moving on to a not-so-fun scrap. A very dominant scrap, mind you. Umar was super dominant against Figueiredo. Figueiredo had nothing for Umar in the striking department. He had nothing for him in the grappling. He had nothing for him. it felt like Umar was not a danger in this entire fight. And he was really fast, really twitchy, and was able to get Figueiredo on the ground, control him, and beat him up. And beat him up on the feet as well. So, Figueiredo tried to have a moment here and there. It was swinging really big shots, but none of them were landing on Umar. So, shout out to Umar getting this one done against Figueiredo, who didn't make weight. So, it's really good for Umar. Gets a little bit more money in that purse. You know what I mean? I think, do the fighters get the fight purse of the person who missed weight? I don't think they do, but, would have been nice if they did. So there you go. Umar gets this one done by decision, and look pretty good for me. Look really good. Look dominant in this showing. I mean, that's what you should do to Deiveson Figueiredo. He is not on Umar's level, and he showed a lot of good dominance right there. Showed a lot of dominance. Moving on to the next fight on the card, which is the start of the main card. At this point, I went 3-3 on the prelims, and now we're looking to go on a win streak. Arnold Allen taking on Gene Silva. I had Gene Silva winning this one 29-28 and before the fight, and I had Gene Silva winning this one during the fight 29-28 as well. I think I had Arnold Allen winning that first round, and then I had Gene Silva winning the second and the third round, clearly and decisively based on the strikes. And he did really good work in those second and third rounds to really come back and beat up Arnold Allen. It kind of looked like Arnold Allen slowed just a touch, and he wasn't as reactive as he was in that first round. He was super fast, super twitchy, right? That left straight down the pipe was landing big money for him. And he kind of looked a bit out of place in those second and third rounds. He didn't really know what to do because Gene Silva was putting on that pressure, man, and he was looking real sturdy, really sharp, and he was able to counter and hit Arnold Allen with some very clean shots. I mean, the shovel uppercuts to the body. You've had the left hands, you had the right hands, you had the kicks, you had everything, right, in this fight. Gene Silva looked really good in a firefight in those second and third rounds, really being able to show that he can withstand a good onslaught from Arnold Allen, honestly. Arnold Allen was landing some really big shots in there. So for Gene Silva, this is a big plus for him, being able to show that he can withstand some big shots and can land back and can really, really do some good work in the striking. Arnold Allen put on a really good performance as well, and he just lost at the end of the day, right? Gene Silva was just outstriking him and landed way more significant strikes than him in that second and third round, right? The third, I thought it was 1-1 going into the third, clearly. So Arnold Allen needed to push that pace and really do some good work. But Gene Silva, he had, how many takedowns did he have in that round? I think 2 or 3 takedowns in that round. And was able to nullify anything that Arnold Allen had on the feet for him. So Gene Silva gets that one done, and we get that win again, right? We're positive. We're up right now. Natalia Silva taking on Rose Namajunas. I had Natalia Silva winning this fight, and she won this fight. I thought she did win this fight in the second and third rounds, right? I thought, you could have made a case for Rose in an instance. You could have made a case for it. Actually, Rose won the second. Excuse me. Rose won the second. You could have made an argument for the first round going to Rose as well, but the significant strikes were there for Natalia Silva on the numbers. So, is it a robbery? It's not. At the time watching it, maybe you could have leaned Rose, and I was slightly leaning Rose in that one just because of a couple significant strikes in that. Silva also defended a takedown as well, so I don't know how much of scoring that goes into as well. But I had Silva losing the first round and then winning the second and third very clearly. No, I had Silva. I think I had Silva slightly losing. Hi, what's up? What's up, anyways, 44? What's up, man? How we doing? How you been, brother? Brother, I've been good, brother. I'm doing good. Doing really well, brother. We're lit, brother. We're doing it. We're having fun. We're just going over these cards right now, going over these fights. And we're going. And Natalia Silva, I thought she lost that first round watching it back live. And she clearly lost the second round. And then she won the third. So the judges gave her that first round. And, hey, I'm not complaining because the parlay at this point was still intact. So I'm not too mad about that. And, yeah, Natalia Silva gets the win. She's going to get a title shot next. Last night was insane. It was crazy. It was a crazy night of fights anyways. It was amazing. It was beautiful. Last night on Paramount. Paramount was really smooth, really seamless. Loved it. Paddy looks like he got attacked by a swarm of bats. Yes, he also looked like he got stung by 1,000 stingrays and 1,000 bees as well. He was everywhere in the National Geographic world of animals getting destroyed. Just like Derek Lewis got destroyed against Waldo Cortez Acosta. Derek Lewis did his thing. Anyways, let's talk about this fight right here. Do you think Derek Lewis quit or not? Because it looked like he fucking quit to a non-jab. He quit to a jab that really landed like this. He quit. He quit on this fight. Waldo beat him up every single chance he got, was landing some really good leg kicks, and just pieced him up. Yeah, and just won. And Derek Lewis quit, and Waldo gets the win. No, not real much analysis needed to go into this fight. Waldo gets that win, clearly. I mean, it's easy. Easy money for Waldo in that one. And I got that one correct. As well as this one, Sean O'Malley taking on Song Yadong. Sean O'Malley beats Yadong, okay? He beats Song Yadong 2 rounds to 3. I had him winning the first round, and then I had Sean O'Malley winning the third round. I did have Song Yadong winning that second round very clearly, so Sean O'Malley needed to come out into that third round and really put on a really good performance and stuff takedowns. He stuffed 2 takedowns from Song Yadong, and he landed double the significant strikes that he needed, and he pieced them up. He landed a big knee in that third round, was really doing really solid work in that striking department, and was just putting on a real masterful performance. He was, Sean O'Malley, in that third round. Really skilled performance, really showed what he needed to show, and we're potentially going to see him on the White House card against anybody. If they want to give him a title shot, I don't think he deserves it, really, because he just came back. But it would be fun, him versus Petr Yan. He does have a win over Petr, so that would be an interesting fight to kind of look forward to and kind of predict again. We're going to see, how that happens. I think Petr Yan could get that one done. But Sean O'Malley's a tough cookie, man. He's a tough customer coming into that octagon. So, Song Yadong gave him everything, but it wasn't enough. Yadong could not go in there and stiffen O'Malley. And, really fun scrap as well. Really good fight. Now moving on to the main event. This is where my parlay died. Okay, this is where, if you're looking at the OBS screen right here, you see the UFC 324 picks, and you see I was on a bit of a tear from Gaethje to Nurmagomedov to Silva to Acosta to O'Malley. I was on a really good tear anyways. I was on a really good tear, chat. And Paddy Pimblett let me down. Paddy Pimblett decided to do his best, not listening to his fucking corner impression and not doing what the fuck you want to do to win. Doing his best impression of that. So, Paddy Pimblett gets destroyed on the feet. Round 1, really back and forth fight. Back and forth firefight. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm watching this live, right, with my friend Daniel. And we're sitting there confused because we're like, why is Paddy not shooting in on takedowns more? Why is he not in on the clinch more? Why is he standing in boxing range with Justin Gaethje? And he got tagged for it, and he got caught for it and got knocked down twice. He landed 37 significant strikes. They're saying he landed 37. But Justin Gaethje won the knockdown battle. So he wins that round, right? In this one, the second round coming up, Justin Gaethje destroyed him, took him down twice, had more significant strikes, had more knockdowns. Yeah, it was clear. It was very clear that whatever Paddy was doing was dumb as shit. He just kept on trying to strike with Gaethje. But then in the third round, I said, hold on, Chad. Paddy looking like a guy who could kind of get this one done coming into the fight, right? 42 total strikes, 41 of those are significant. He was piecing up Gaethje in that third round, and he clearly won that third round, right? So I'm thinking, hold on, chat. Paddy has some resilience here, chat. He has a lot of resilience. And Justin Gaethje, right, he looked like he kind of took that round off a little bit. Going into the 4th round, it didn't mean anything. Kind of didn't mean anything. Gaethje beats him up again, takes him down again. And 32 significant strikes to 35. Technically, if you really want to get technical, Paddy kind of won that. Kind of won that round on significant strikes. But Justin Gaethje did have the takedown, and he was cracking him harder on the feet in that regard. And he also won the body language battle, right? Body language battle, I was talking about it the whole night. It's very important to win the body language battle for the judges, right? And Paddy was able to do that. He was able to get that one done, able to win that body language battle the whole time. And now in round 5, he got pieced up again. But Paddy was still landing some good shots, man. It wasn't like he wasn't landing good shots. But Justin Gaethje just kept beating him to the punch, kept landing harder. And I don't know why it says he shot 5 takedowns. Nah, did he really? I wanted to see Paddy more make this a grappling match than a striking battle, and he looked awful. Paddy looked awful in this fight. Justin Gaethje looked sensational. His striking defense looked a bit poor because Paddy was catching him with some clean shots here and there, but he didn't respect the power of Paddy, and it showed because he kind of looked like, oh, he's hitting me. Like, just stop touching me so I could beat you up, right? That's kind of what it gave during the fight. So you got to give credit to Justin Gaethje here, man. He looked really fucking sharp on the feet, was knocking down Paddy consistently. And, man, it was just that's what it was. That's what it was. And Paddy, man, you're dumb. Sousters may not get knocked out, but they also may not have a brain. That was a very dumb game plan from you to just stand and strike with Justin Gaethje the whole entire time. It was really stupid of you. Really stupid. So hopefully Paddy can, potentially, take time off, take 6 months off, come back at the end of the year and get another fight in and see what could happen. Him versus Dan Hooker would be fun. I don't think he's going to be able to fight at the White House card because that's going to be in the summertime. Maybe he could, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think he might fight, maybe in September or October, maybe. Bring him into MSG in November, right? We could see those kind of fights happen. So overall, Justin Gaethje gets this win. I went 7-4 on my picks. My parlay almost hit. Bet at $10. Could have won 57. Did not win anything. So there you go. That is the breakdown for the fights. That is the reaction and breakdown for the fights. Please make sure to like and subscribe, guys. Please. I'm going to go get my charger real quick for my phone. And if anybody has any questions in chat, I'll give it about 10 more minutes, and then we'll potentially be out of here because we're going to be streaming the NFL playoff games as well at 3 o'clock and at 6:30. So be ready for that, guys. Let me be right back. I'm gonna go get my charger. All right, there we go. All right. There we go, chat. I'm back. How we doing, everybody? How we doing? How we doing in chat? How we doing, chat? I mean, you kind of got to just like, right? Like Paddy, man, like watching that fight live, man, was just horrific. It was horrific. I'm sitting there thinking, what is the game plan? Right? What are we trying to do here? Right? As I sit here with my spinner belt. Like, what are we trying to do here? Like, what is the game plan? Were you not privy to the fact that Justin Gaethje can knock your fucking block off? Were you not privy to the fact that Justin Gaethje has crisper striking defense and crisper boxing than you? Were you not aware of kicking range? Were you not you should have done what Natalia Silva did the whole entire time. Be in kicking range. That's it. That's it. Why are you in striking range with Justin Gaethje? It's a dumb thing to be in striking range with Justin Gaethje. So yeah, that was that of the fight, man. I mean, could have been 8-3. Honestly, should have picked Krylov. I was thinking about picking Krylov, but I went with Bukowskis because he was on a bit of a tear. Should have picked Krylov, so I could have been 8-3 in this card, and probably should have picked TJ Miller. Probably should have just looked into it. a little bit more. So probably should have been 9-2, but I'll take the 7-4 out of this fight card. And I'll move on to the next one, which is UFC 325, chat. It's going to be a good one. Going to be a good one. Going to be a really solid stream for that one next week. Yeah. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Man, and Paddy looked awful. Looked awful. I don't get what he was trying to do, but you know, that's just me, chat. But what do I know? I'm just a fan. I don't know anything about the sport. Idiot. Paddy's such a dummy. I don't get it. But there's that, chat. There is that, chat. Yep. All right. Man. Crazy, man. Awesome fight, though. We'll give them that. Really awesome fight and a really great event, right? Paramount put on a really good show. They had a lot of the new, I guess, like tactics that they're doing for crowd engagement. And it was really awesome, right? They had the light up wristbands for everybody in the arena to wear so that it lights up with the colors of the fighter. And it just makes the atmosphere look a lot better, right? It really does. So, you know, it was obviously a really good fight, really good event. And Paramount, man, spam it with ads. I don't care as long as I'm paying $8.99 for it. I don't care. People who are complaining about the ads, stop. Stop. Please stop. Like, you're paying $8.99 for pay-per-views now. Numbered events. You're paying $8.99. Shut up. Shut up. You're the one who's going to bring back the pay-per-view model because the advertisements, the commercials, the everything, the commercials. Shut up. Enjoy the fights. It's great. You're paying $8 for this. You're paying $8. It used to be $80. Shut up. Be quiet. And sit down and watch a Bet365. Watch a Total Wireless commercial. Who cares? I literally don't care as long as I'm getting good product and I'm also getting it for a cheaper price. I love it. So guys, please, if you have a complaint about this, why so many ads? Oh, it's so many advertisements. The used to selling out. How you think they're making the money, bro? Advertisements, bro. It's an advertisement world, man. We're just living in it. We got to do it. And if they're going to have a lot of ads on it, at least make it cheaper for me to watch, baby. Woo! There we go. Because I'm not paying $80 for some fucking ads, let me tell you. So, thank you guys so much for being here in the stream. Thank you to Anyways. Thank you to Steph for being here in the stream. I'm going to get going now. I have to do some things before 3 o'clock happens, and we're watching the Patriots versus the Broncos. So, please be here for that. And thank you guys so much for being here. And I went 7-4. Let's see if we could replicate that and potentially get more success on the next card. Thank you guys so much. And as always, take it easy. Peace out.